Alright, so today I want to share something that I noticed on the volume footprint charts, okay? Once again, if you're not familiar with the volume footprint chart, I'll go over real quick each candle. Um, this the little white line over here that you see, little white block, is a point of control for the candle, okay? This little line over here is a value area high, and this little line over here, this dashed line, is the value area low for the candle. Over here you got the delta of the candle right now, okay? So here's what I noticed, okay? This is a 9 EMA, okay? These blue areas over here, it means on that candle, like on this candle over here, there was the buy imbalance or stacked up imbalance, meaning there was a lot more buyers on this area over here and sellers. As you can see, this is the amount of sellers contracts sold and buyers, right? So there's an imbalance in this area. That's what that means, okay? So this is what I noticed, okay? The value area, okay? When the value area, okay, when the value area is from the value area low to the value area high, when the value area of a candle, both of them close above the or most of it, right? Let's say 70% of it close above the 9 EMA, there is usually a strong chance of continuation, okay? And I created an indicator for it, which is this one right here, this entry signal. And what you want to do is you put the, let's say you enter over here in this candle, and you put the stop loss below the value area low in this case because it's a long position, okay? In this case, it went up in the New Year session 56 points on MES, okay? So that's that. And then to the downside, okay, I got a signal over here. See this red arrow over here? My indicator is it's a little more sensitive, so it gives me a little early signals. I got different parameters in there, but basically this candle right here, okay, as you can see, this is even though the candle closed bullish, okay, the delta is negative, which is another confluence, but most of the value area is below the candle almost, okay, and so you go short over here, and you can put the or you can go short this candle over here, this next candle, but again, you put your stop loss above the value area. So you entered over here, right? It's kind of close blue, slightly above the value area of the candle. So in this one, in this case, is not even 3 points of a stop loss, okay? And you got from here freaking 99 points, even more, okay? So that's the idea. If you want to catch really long moves, right, trading micros, 2 to 3 micros, look at this move, 133 points, okay? So I am done for the day, but I'll probably, if I get during the New Year session, once it opens, if I get a value area high, a value area closing above the 9 EMA on the 30-minute chart, I'll probably go long on SPY on some options. But that's it, okay? Over here, you went long over here. You got little more examples, okay? So you go long over here on this red candle, right? Okay, you go long over here according to my indicator, okay? If you're using the volume footprint chart, you would go long on this candle over here, okay? And the stop loss right here below this candle. But using my indicator, you would go long over here on this candle, and then stop loss below, slightly below the value area low, and you got 18 points, okay? And then this one would stop you out, but you got 18 points, okay? And very good. If you go short on this candle, right? The very next candle stops you out, okay? So you go short on this candle, stop loss slightly above that, you lost 4.4 points, okay? It's a little choppy on this area right here. You get a few losses, right? But then you go big moves, okay? The idea with this is to catch long moves, okay? So over here again, you go short, stop loss above the value area high, you got 72 points on ES, okay? So you gotta, the whole time is long for this trade, okay? This one you go long, stops you out right there, and then you go short right again, the opposite direction, okay? So that's the idea, okay, with this one here. At the end of the day, got this big candle, you go long over here, stop loss below the value area low, and then you got 13 points, okay? So this one, depending on your account size, traded with micros, 1 to 3 micros, I would say at the most, because if you can see the stop loss are kind of big. But you know, you can also have it on the smaller chart, for example, you know, if you want to have more trades per day. So you got a short signal over here, right? You got 25 points. Then you got a long signal over here. You get stopped out. You got some profit, but then you get stopped out. I like better the. I can also have a filter over here on this indicator where it looks at the angle of a moving average to. So right now it's, the 9 EMA has to be angling 30 degrees or more on the last 2 bars, right? So it filters for that. So it gives you a short over here, it gives you this long, but then stops you out. It gives you this long, short over here, like that, and then short over here again. So it works also in the 5 minutes, and it only triggers in one direction until it is invalidated and it goes in the other direction, okay? So short over here and it triggers long, and then short over here, and then until it triggers a long over here, okay? So that's the idea. Go back to the 30-minute chart, same thing, okay? And then another thing that you can do, right? So after a long signal, for example, here you got a long signal over here, boom, you enter over there, and then you got point of control on the next candle shifted up, okay? So you can start moving your stop loss, and then over here again it's shifted up, so you can also trail the stop loss below the 9 EMA, right? And then you got this big push at the end of the day, right? So that's it, you know, pretty much on the volume footprint charts. Once again, you look at the value area of a candle, okay? And right now I have it at, I'll go here, the value area is set to 70%, okay? So you look at the value area of a candle, which is again the area in between these 2 dashed lines, and you wait until the entire area is below or most of it is below the 9 EMA, okay? So again, short over here, long over here, like that, you know, long over here. Then you could go this one, most of it is below the value area. The value area, most of it is below the 9 EMA, so you go short over here, 70 points, and so on and so forth. And it works with pretty much any this is a MES. I'm going to show you now with oil. So MCL, okay, same deal, okay. So let's see, over here we got long over here, long signal over here. Let me delete this. We got the 9 EMA. And I'm gonna delete the okay. So you got this long signal over here. Boom. Market gapped up big time. Okay. Then it closed below, most of it below the 9 EMA. Then you go short. This is here we got 95 ticks. Right. Then here you go long. Right. Stops you out. You go short, stops you out. Right. You go long here now again, and look at this move. So this is if you want to catch really long move. 553 ticks on the crude oil, right? Here long, you get the idea, right? Long over here, you got 249 ticks. So with 1 micro, that's $249, right? With 1 micro only, right? It's 2 micros times 2, like that. So anyway, so that's it. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of this indicator? It's not released yet, but I'm definitely using it, and I'll see you on the next video.